So, hello Roberto.
Hey Felipe.
How are you today?
Good, and you?
Yeah, a little tired coming from a flight. But I think we finally have our ideal candidate for joining our team, Roberto.
Oh, and who is he or she?
Yeah, I'm really excited. So, he's a young kid, 35 years old, not so young, but he's still very motivated. This was something that I really liked about him. He is from the area, so he studied at San Jose University, and he is very experienced. So he's been working for Sprint for the last 10 years, selling long-term, long-distance call services, and he, besides that, he also has a great attaining of the targets. So he reached the target for the last 7 years in Sprint, and this was something that hugely impressed me. He's a little bit headstrong, I have to tell you, Roberto, but I think this is something that we should be able to overcome. You know, you remember when I started here, I was also a little bit the same.
That's true.
And but I really like his motivation, and besides that, he has a great product knowledge.
And what was the criteria that you used to funnel down these 3 candidates into one?
Yeah, so I think I was using the same methodology that we typically use when we want to hire new employees here in our company. And in order to have an effective, efficient sales force, we need to first look for motivated candidates, which is something that is really important. It's important. I took a look also in the degree of knowledge he has in the product and experience in the field, and this particular candidate met the 2 criteria. And finally, also to be from the area and have a good client relationship, which is something that he also has. So I should also mention maybe a little bit of the other candidates, so you know why I picked this particular one. One of the other candidates was a 45-year-old man that used to be from the Navy. He was a little bit experienced, but on the other hand, we are not very inclined to hire people in such a high age. I had the feeling that he could leave our company at any time, and besides that, he has absolutely no experience by selling services. He had a good government connection, but that was also subject to a judgment, because it might be that he has connection to the people we don't exactly look for. And the third one was another candidate, very motivated, bright, young kid, but he had absolutely no experience. And this point in time, with the phase we're facing in our company, I don't think we can stand hiring someone that we need to teach from scratch. You know?
I agree.
So this was mainly my decisions.
So I have a question for you. You said that the guy that you chose, he was working for our competitor.
That's right.
So how do you feel if you're his client and he approaches you and say that he's working for us now? At some point he's gonna tell that we have offer better service for him. So how do you?
Yeah, it's good. It's a good point. And actually, I asked him this question in the interview. What he told me and what I was expecting to hear was that he's going to be loyal to the company that he's working for. Our company, we know that we have a similar quality of service, if not better, than Sprint. We are more focused company. Global View is a smaller player, and we can provide a little bit more of a customized service to our clients. So he said that he won't be saying negative things about Sprint, which is something that I really liked, because we don't need that to sell our product. And he can play our strengths in a way that we want to be tied to his previous company. So he can mention good things about us that Sprint didn't offer to them, and that we can offer a different type of service in a more specialized way. And I think this is exactly our sales pitch. So So he knew what he was talking about.
Okay.
Finally, besides these criteria I used, I wanted to mention that I also asked some particular questions to see the reactions of each of the candidates.
Mm-hmm.
Just to give you an example, the first question I asked was, how do you think you can contribute the most to our firm? This particular candidate, he mentioned about all the experience he has, the area, geographical location which he's also experienced about, all the years of attaining of targets he had in sprint, and this is something what we wanted to hear, right? Second question I asked, what type of similarities do you see between your previous company or your previous job and Global View? In his particular case, this was absolutely evident because he used to sell long-distance services. We also sell short distance. So for him to learn to handle the local calls is something pretty easy. It's just a matter of adaptation. I asked him to tell how he faces rejection and how he typically handles it. In this point, I think the experience is crucial. So 10 years working in this particular business, handling the same client, these guys clearly knows how to handle rejection.
I agree.
It's not someone that will come here, we might expect him to act in a way he won't. So this guy I assume we can trust him. I asked, how do you overcome your lack of experience at selling local distance calls? He said that he has a great product knowledge. We also talked about product. He knew a lot about products, and the thing about selling local distance calls is just a matter of fine tuning. He just needs to find a little bit of the particularities of the local distance calls that he can put in his sales process and adapt to.
Okay.
And by the way, he knew already a lot about it. And finally, I asked what his long terms with our firm were, the particular goals. He said he was really motivated. He wants to get in a management position in the next few years. And from what I saw, I think he can make up the ranks, you know. So I think this is a young kid, and you definitely need to get to know him a little bit better.
Okay. Sounds good for me. So
okay.
I trust your judgment, and I don't have to tell you, but it's your responsibility to hire well. So
you can trust.
I hope you made the right decision.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give him a call, let him know, and we can schedule a meeting between us.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Roberto.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.